from Detroit, Michigan, USA. In my house. In my house. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. Hosted by T. Carlita. Hosted by T. Carlita. Live from Detroit, Michigan, USA. Live. In my house. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. Where the true stories are told and great music is played. are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
Everyone is getting ready for Hair Wars, the musical, starring some of the world's greatest hair entertainers. Sunday, April 15th, at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in the Detroit suburb of Dearborn, Michigan. The big screen show starts at 5 p.m. and Hair Wars goes live at 6:05. Cash bar, hot food, and lots of excitement. Yes! It's the big one. Hump the Grinders Hair Wars. Over 250 hot models recreating themes and scenes from popular musicals in a production that's designed to blow your hairy mind. Hair Wars, the musical. Sunday, April 15th. Tickets on sale now at www.hairwarsustour.com. And don't forget to wear your hair.
Oh, I just love Hair Wars.
Sponsored by Emperor Pro Style, Dorsey School of Beauty, and In My House Techno Music Show.
This is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. Yes, I am really here hanging out with my buddy, Techno chick Angie.
What's up?
The better half of Detroit Techno Militia. But she's also the brains behind a newly emerged agency, Detroit Artists Agency. Tell me about Detroit Artists Agency and how you and Jay, who's hanging out in the other country now, how did that come about?
So Detroit Artists Agency started as an inspiration from the 3131 Love book by Marie Stagat, who was here from Berlin. She put together this fantastic book compiled of all these known and unknown faces who really make the Detroit scene and provide the soundtrack that we're living to every single day here in Detroit. So the book just sort of like opened the floodgates of ideas. We wanted to figure out, here is this incredible artist in this book who's barely getting any type of recognition beyond the city. There's people all over the world that need to hear these people in this book, and it sort of gave us the idea that we should, start the agency, tap some resources and contacts, and help our friends who are making music and doing amazing things, every day here. Let them have some more worldly experiences. Let them take their craft and their music around the world and just be a part of the world music community as opposed to just the Detroit music community. Mm-hmm. So we started talking to people. There's actually an overwhelming amount of people who are interested in being part of the agency or having representation, but we're still in such the formative stages of it all that we haven't been able to, open it up to everyone, bring on other bookers and things like that just yet. So the inspiration is ultimately from her book. Justin and I were in Berlin together, and the light bulb went on. We're like, oh my gosh, we need to do this.
Good.
Then we had Sam Barker, who came to Detroit for part of a DJ exchange trip, if you want to call it that, or an artist residency here in Detroit as part of the Detroit-Berlin Connection, another awesome group that I'm a part of. So he came here. We spent lots of hours talking about, what we need to do, what can we do, how do we do it. He helped us get the wheels turning and what we needed to do. So when he left, we laid out the website, we talked to a bunch of people, and we just sort of threw all caution to the wind and let's give this a go. And
the roster on the website I saw is like, man, it's like the best of the best for sure. How did you guys come to picking this beginning roster right now? How'd you come up with that?
The beginning roster, so it was just the people we initially talked to, the closest to us, within, like the idea coming aboard and us having a conversation with them. That's how they were presented the opportunity. It was a complete gentleman's agreement, and it's our friends. If it works out with us, great. If it doesn't work out with us, they're welcome to do something with someone else. It's completely non-exclusive through these building stages, so that that we could just get the ball rolling for them, get their name out there, give them some promotion, and hopefully give them some good tools, rewrite bios, do some photography and things of that sort to help give them the tools that they need. Whether they stay with us or not, it's sort of like a building block for them. They get the experience as well. And
a lot of them that are on the website right now, they're pretty much entities within themselves already anyway.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of gave them another promotional avenue too.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people on our roster who are extremely active and independent on their own. They've been doing everything on their own right now, so we are just their reinforcements. Right.
So what kind of process did you have to go through? Was it complicated? Do you have to register something with the city? Is it have a political affiliation or how did that work? Is it just still sticks to the underground plan, right?
Yeah. There's nothing corporate about it as far as like it's operating. Obviously, we're reconsidering the business structure of it all now that it's growing and getting some recognition and things like that. So just looking at the volume of business that we're starting to get, that's something that we'll consider. But how we started, we came up with the name, developed a logo, got registered the web domain, bought hosting, looked at a couple different back-end services that allow us to do the full management. It's completely digital from start to finish. I built the website and integrated the back-end to the website, and then from there we started building our contact list. We got a lot of help, cultivating that list. Our current reach is around 1,500 different booking agents and groups and promoters and clubs around the world. We're doing weekly mailings or semi-weekly mailings to everyone, promoting what we're doing. We're talking to people all the time. I mean, a lot of just sort of organic friendships and stuff like that, where you're talking to people that are involved in this. Hey, can you put me in touch with so-and-so? Things like that.
Right.
But a lot of base work is going in right now. It's not so much, we're just getting bookings flowing in left and right. We are working for that information. We're building a good base of people that are reliable, that will take care of our artists and abide by their contract terms and things like that. So that's hard, filtering it out, especially when you don't know everyone personally who's then on the list of people that you're reaching out to. But you get to know them, you get to find out a little bit more about them, and then that's sort of how we've started working and cultivating it right from the very beginning.
Okay. So let's talk about artists or DJs,
Sure.
producers that are going to see this or have heard of you. What do they need to do to connect with you?
Connect with us. So right now, unfortunately, we're not bringing on additional people at a very good. We're doing 1-to-1. So if someone comes off the roster, then we're adding someone in. But you can reach us through the DetroitArtistAgency.com website. There is a contact form. There is also Angie at Detroit Artist Agency. They can send me an email. We try to respond to everyone as soon as possible. We are getting a lot of requests coming in.
I'm sure.
Right now it's just Justin and I handling the bookings, the correspondence, the website, the marketing, everything at this point. Paula Johnson is part of our promotional team for Instagram, Facebook, and posting and things like that. And that's our first step of widening, and giving responsibilities to other people to help grow this thing, this business. And eventually Paula will be helping us with bookings. And then we'll need to add more bookers before we can increase the roster size, just in fairness to the people that are on there currently.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. Most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Chabris wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Take the first step towards staying in your home by going down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office on the 5th floor of the International Building in Greektown.
Stop by today to learn more about our payment plans and especially the newly extended interest rate reduction program.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in Rite Aid stores and community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
So, we always, during electronic, or as Desi calls it, Techno Christmas, are you going to do some type of a showcase with your artists? Or, I know you guys do Bank Tech 12 or part of, been doing things with Bank Tech 12. So will you do something similar to that? To kind of have you guys done an official launch showcase, or are you planning to do a launch type of a showcase?
Well, we did the launch in October, so we just started October 17th. We started the idea in January of 17, but there were some family issues that we worked through at the beginning of the year that took away my attention from that. So we waited until October to do the official launch. We did a nice launch party at Motor City Wine, and now moving into festival season, we are going to probably work with the BangTech event, and it'll be co-branded BangTech 12, Detroit Techno Militia, and the Detroit Artist Agency. A lot of the people that have been affiliated with us all along are part of that every year anyway, so it's a natural transition. As far as a standalone event or something like that, I'm not planning on it, but it is not out of the realm of possibilities at this point. There's a lot that goes into that whole weekend and deciding if there's just the energy and stamina to do something like pretty awesome every single night, in addition to all the people that we like to go see play too.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you are a woman of many talents. You manage Detroit Techno Militia and have since the beginning of its core. Detroit Berlin connection that you've been a very strong force with that as well. Can you shed some light on that, because people are always asking what's happening with that, where are we at with that, what's going on with that?
So the Detroit Berlin connection, we're advocating for the 24-hour economy, the night economy as we like to call it, and it's sort of the what's being used around the world. So we're trying to cultivate the night economy here in Detroit. We're working with the city. We've had lots of conversations with the mayor and city officials to see what we can do. We've been focusing on a creative corridor in the East Grand Boulevard neighborhood, East Grand, West Grand Boulevard neighborhood in Detroit, and working with the artists and businesses around there. It's actually spurred another group that is sort of has the same focus. It's the Creative Corridor Coalition, and it's all the businesses and neighbors and artists and musicians and everyone, and they meet monthly now as well, in addition to the Detroit Berlin connection, and we're a part of that group as well. Just having the conversation going forward. There's a lot that goes into moving the needle on that. The liquor laws and the operating laws and the licensing and the police and ordinance and everything. When you move into an area and you want to promote a 24-hour music economy, there's a lot of people that need to be on board for that. We're having the conversations. We're bringing people into our meetings every month, and if people want to attend, they're welcome to send us an email. We will coordinate time when we all get together and stuff like that, and have it's conversations. It's pushing the needle forward a little bit, getting everything going in the direction it needs to. The state of Michigan currently is exploring the option of extending the serving of alcohol to 4 a.m., just making that the normal time within city centers, and that's a state initiative. And I know that they've been listening to a lot of feedback at the state level from us and from other people that are interested in the same. We want a 24-hour economy. We don't want Detroit to just go to sleep at 2 a.m. or whenever people.
Because in the real world, they're just getting started at 2 a.m.
In the real world, and a lot of cities across the world, around the world, I should say, people can decide when they want to get up, when they want to go out, when they want to come home, when they want to do what they want. There's a lot more autonomy in Detroit. For people that work, during the day, they work, they come home, they eat, and then they can go out for a couple hours.
Right.
Some people don't want to do that. Some people may want to come home after work, sleep for a little while, then go out. Yeah. So, you'll notice a lot in Detroit. A party finally gets started at 12, and then at 2, you got to send everyone home. What's the point?
Yeah, and I think they have to shed some of that old manufacturing ideas, because that's how it was. Detroit was built on shift living, right?
Yeah.
So we still holding on to that shift living, but
now they wanted people home in bed sleeping so they can get up for work the next morning.
Yeah.
Well, it's not traditional like that any longer.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. So is there anything else that you would like to add about the Detroit Artist Agency that people need to know about or should know?
Again, we're always looking for connections. We are promoting talent from within Detroit to other places right now. So we want to make our connections personal. I try to get to know the people that we're working with for bookings and stuff like that. So if you want to pass along some information, if you're someone, another artist or someone who's worked with an excellent crew, please let us know about them. We'd love to cultivate that relationship, and the more that we grow, the more that we can help other people. So that are here in Detroit or Detroit inspired, like Sean Rudiman is an incredible example of that. Sean lives in Pittsburgh, but he is deeply rooted in Detroit music, and that's an inspiration for him. Same with Dimitri Pike. He doesn't live in the U.S., but he is extremely inspired by Detroit, has been a part of the Detroit Techno militia for almost since the inception, and so it takes a really intense passion for them to be involved in this. But we want to give a lot of people that opportunity, but mainly people that are here in Detroit who have not had the opportunity to go places and are just world-class talent. So.
Okay. So I know it's a little early to ask this question, but have you started preparing for your famous macaroni and cheese yet?
Always. I'm perfecting and refining. I'll probably perfect that with my nephews tonight for dinner.
Yay! We look forward to the mac and cheese, right?
I'll have to make 2 pans.
Yeah. Y'all get here early because that goes first, besides the pork.
Yes. So we're doing the DTM barbecue. It's the Thursday before movement.
Yep.
We do host a lot of people. My neighbors come out. A lot of people come up who are getting here early for the festival, and we all just sort of break bread and play music and have a good time until exactly 10:59 p.m.
There you go. So how long have you guys been doing the barbecue, though?
Probably 7 or 8 years now.
Okay. And it is like, man, it's like every year it just grows, it grows.
You never know who you're going to run into.
Isn't that right? Let me see what legend can I conjure up this year.
Yes. No, there's always some incredible talent.
It's like the place to be. Like all the who's who. Like you talk about the who's who DJs. Yeah. You guys have some kick butt DJs, and they love to get on the turntables. It's like a lot of the internationals that they're here probably that day, and they're ready to
make sure. And I want to make sure that we have a showcase for them. So a classic example of just exposing people from out of town to what we have here. Brent, aka Mr. 7 Inches.
Yep.
He had the opportunity to play for our friends from Australia. They were here as well and playing in the garage. Just threw down this really excellent set. And then the next thing I know, Brent's going to Australia to play for, spend 2 weeks there playing. He would not have been exposed to them had it not been for an opportunity or something like that. And I'm so glad that it worked out for him. He's actually on our roster as well because he's an incredible DJ. Plays everything from 7-inch rare grooves to house music to ghetto tech to techno, a little bit of everything. Brent is so
super nasty stuff.
So well versed and
yeah, he is. But that, yeah. But he is like so good too. Oh my God, he is really good.
Yeah.
And that's what really that's what I that's why I respect you so much. It's like you guys bring people together and networking, and that's what it's all about. And yours is on Thursday. I'm right behind you. I come and get all the leftover whatever hot dog buns are left. They go to mine on Friday.
Yeah.
Because you gotta put these people in a room, in a space together. Because once they go to work, you don't have time to talk at the DJ booth.
You're not getting to know people. You're trying to orchestrate this excellent party. You're trying to get people moving. You're trying to, do all sorts of fun stuff.
Right.
So,
and nothing better than food and a turntable, right?
Yeah. So funny story. So we probably have been doing a barbecue like this for a very long time, but to move it to our house 7 or 8 years. When we first started doing the sort of like DJ barbecue, we called it Barbecue Brings People Together.
Mm.
And that was after in honor of the event that Scan 7 used to host at Foreign's called Techno Brings People Together. So we would do that with Scan 7, Ox 88, Aaron Carl, and everyone. And we would all just sort of get together, have roundtable discussions, and play music and have a good time together. So it was sort of like a little piggyback on that, but now we just call it the DTM barbecue. So
yeah, and everybody looks forward to it, and they're all
little
excited.
piece of history there.
Yeah, thank you,
welcome.
and everybody looks forward to it. I look forward to it. It's a blast, and I'm looking forward to seeing it's like our family reunion. Looking forward to seeing everybody again.
Calm before the storm.
Oh, yeah. Storm will be here real quick too.
Yeah.
We're just waiting to be able to plant flowers soon. Hopefully we will. All right, Angie, Techno Chick.
R.I.P. Carlita.
Boss lady. All right, this is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. We're out. Matter of fact, let's listen to some Detroit Techno Militia style music. What's your favorite?
You know, I really love Illuminati on our Tip of the Spear record. So let's listen to that.
That sounds like a plan. Well, should we follow that with Seawolf? That's the
always Seawolf. Seawolf is a must. It's next. I don't know if it's going to transition nicely, but
hey, you could train wreck that. That's a requirement.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
Everyone is getting ready for Hair Wars, the musical, starring some of the world's greatest hair entertainers. Sunday, April 15th, at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in the Detroit suburb of Dearborn, Michigan. The big screen show starts at 5 p.m. and Hair Wars goes live at 6:05. Cash bar, hot food, and lots of excitement. It's the big one. Hump the Grinders Hair Wars. Over 250 hot models recreating themes and scenes from popular musicals in a production that's designed to blow your hairy mind. Hair Wars, the musical. Sunday, April 15th. Tickets on sale now at www.hairwarsustour.com. And don't forget to wear your hair.
Oh, I just love Hair Wars.
Sponsored by Ampro Pro Style, Dorsey School of Beauty, and In My House Techno Music Show.
I am from Detroit. I am from Detroit. Motown. I am from Detroit.
are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
As I slide across the floor, feel like skating a little more. As I slide across the floor, feel like skating a little more. As I slide across the floor, slide across the floor. Feel like skating a little more. As I slide, skate, 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 slide, skate. As I slide across the floor, feel like skating a little more. As I slide across the floor, feel like skating a little more. As I slide, skate, 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 slide, skate.
In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. where the true stories are told and great music is played.
God loves Detroit. God loves Detroit. God loves Detroit.
You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.